guys, my name is Luke and today I'm going to be showing you my top 5 tips for working with 808s in Ableton Live. So the first tip is going to be about tuning your 808s. As you can see, I have 4 plugs down here and I just have the MIDI at the top. These are made in Omnisphere, which is quite CPU intensive, so I bounced them down and just kept the MIDI so I could show the notes. So I'll give you a preview. And then I just have some EQ, reduction, some reverb, a flanger, and then my sidechain, which I'll show in the further on in the video. So what we're going to start with is just this 808 here. I have 2 808s to show you, so I can give you 2 examples of situations. So I have the Spins 808. The Spins 808 is used by Metro Boomin and Southside. It's quite a popular 808. So if I play the note C on my keyboard here, just sounds like a pretty standard 808, but what you have to make sure to check is if the 808 is in the note of C when you press the C note on your keyboard. So we can see it's quite close to being on a perfect pitch, but we can jump in and we can go to this pitch tab in Ableton's sampler after dragging in and just detune it slightly. So we can get it straight on to the note of C. And this is just Ableton's built-in tuner. It was added just recently. It's quite handy just to check for 808s and other instruments. So now what we can do is, since we have the 808 in the key of C, we can play it like any other instrument. So I have a pattern made here, just using the notes C minor up an octave and down to G minor. So it sounds, it sits better in the mix. If this was out of key, it would not sound, you wouldn't have a keyboard or a bass, a synth bass in the wrong key. So why should your 808s be in the wrong key? So I'll just give you a listen to it now. So there we have it, just a tuned 808. So another situation is this 808. So I'll just swap it around. It's a distorted 808 and it's in a different key. So we're just go again, get the tuner and put it here. And if we press the C note, we can see it's actually, Ableton is detecting it's in the key of F. So what we can do in Ableton's sampler, not in the simpler, this is only in sampler, we can go down to root key, and since the tuner is saying F, we can go along and scroll up until we see F3, and now if we press the C key, the 808 will be in C, so it's playing the key we select. So what we can do then is go along and detune it like we did with the Spins 808. So again, this is quite a high volume 808, so we're just going to turn it down by 2.5 dBs. We're just going to press play and it'll sound just as good as the Spins 808. So these 2 808s are different, they're different samples, but if I just take this out here, they work the same way, and there you have it. That's how you tune an 808 in Ableton Live. So the second tip I'm going to give you is about sidechaining your 808s with a kick. So more than often not, producers use a kick sample along with their 808s. So I just have one of Metro Boomin's kick from his sample pack from when he partnered with Razer. So what we're going to do is we're just going to play this pattern I made just with the 808. So as you can hear, it does add a different dimension to the 808, so it has a harder hitting aspect to it. But what happens in my ears is I feel like the 808 and the kick clash when they come together. So what we can do is use something called sidechain compression. It's used in multiple different genres, house, techno, to trap. It can be used in anything. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get a compressor, and we're just going to hit this arrow until we see sidechain, and we're going to use the kick output to send a signal to the compressor. And what's going to happen is when the kick hits, the volume of the 808 will duck automatically. So we'll just demonstrate it here. So obviously this is an extreme situation, so we're not going to actually use it in that way. So I think minus 20 dB might be maybe 17 would be a nice middle. So what we can hear now is the 808 and the kick seem to actually mix a bit better. And even we can bring the we can actually experiment with the octave of the kick, so the sample will play in a different way. So that's it for sidechaining your kick with your 808. So the third tip of this video is a method used by Metro Boomin and a lot of different producers to add aggression to their tracks. So it's quite a simple but effective way to keep the listener interested. So what you can do is, in certain sections of the beat, have the 808 just on its own. Then in other sections of the beat, just add the kick drum in. So what this does, it lets the listener know that there's a different section of the song coming, and it kind of adds a different element and different kind of depth to the beat. I use snare rolls, and I take and add elements away as I do this. And then finally, at the end of this main section, what I did is just take the kick away again, which makes the next section a bit more mellow. So there's your third tip for this video. So the fourth tip of this video is using the glue compressor in Ableton Live to glue, as it says, the kick and the 808 together. So I have these two elements in a group. So what you're going to do is, I use a preset in Ableton Live, and obviously you can tweak this preset to your heart's content. But what happens is it takes these two signals, combines them together as they're in a group, and compresses them at a higher rate. So I bring the attack down to here, 30, and I bring the dry wet to 100. So what I do is I listen to it and then gradually bring this dry wet down, so it's not such an extreme effect. So I feel like 40 is a good kind of medium, a good medium. So that's simply the fourth tip for this video. So the fifth and final tip of this video is using the transpose function in Sampler to give the 808 a glide effect. So what you're going to come in, and you're just going to go to the pitch and oscillation tab, right click transpose function, and just say show automation. And what I do is just click this small arrow here, and it kind of gives you a bigger view of the actual automation. So I'll let you hear what it sounds like without it. So here you can see there's no automation. And then with the automation. So as you can hear, it kind of adds a gliding effect to the 808s. So what I do is I just look for kind of end of the bar kind of sections where the 808 is long. So here, for example, so you can see here there's no change in notes. So what I did to add some variety, I had it go up 12 octaves, then down, and then straight back up. So what you can do is you can do this at any point. So if I did it for here, and I could do maybe an extreme, so 2 points here and up 24 octaves. Now this is going to be quite an extreme example, but we'll do it. This kind of effect is used a lot in more EDM trap, or kind of like Troy Boy or Mr. Carmack. It kind of adds a nice tone to the 808. You can really hear the note come through. But it's important to just kind of keep this for small sections of the 808, because if you do this too much, this kind of crazy automation, what happens is the bass and the rawness of the 808 is lost. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you learned something new and enjoyed it. This is my first video on YouTube, so I'm getting used to the YouTube thing. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new here, and hit the like as well. It really helps the channel out, and I'll be trying to upload every week with new Ableton beat related videos, and coming out with new and exciting content. I have a lot planned for the channel, so if you're interested, stick around. And thank you so much for your support. If you have any comments, leave them down in the comments. Positive or negative, just make sure it's constructive. And if you want to get in contact to purchase some beats, this beat actually in this video will be up on my beat store, which will be linked below. I have my SoundCloud link below also, which all my beats are on. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.